All right, welcome back. We're checking in with Daphne Olivier, the Unconventional Dietitian. Daphne, thanks so much for being here with us today.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. So the past couple of weeks, we've been talking all about supplements. Today, we're going to tackle how supplements are kind of marketed to consumers. So as a dietitian, what are some of the things that you see most often that people are kind of confused about when it comes to marketing these supplements?
So a couple of things to keep in mind is that supplements are really not monitored by anyone specifically. So they're not governed by any kind of agency, which is not necessarily a bad thing. But anytime that something's not governed, then it leaves opportunity for people to misrepresent what they're doing. Mm-hmm. So as far as marketing goes, some of the things that I see happen often, and this really kind of goes across the board with supplements and also with food products, that there are certain buzzwords that the community and that consumers are in association with. Yeah. So things like fat burning and sugar burning and weight loss, and some of those things, even like in the probiotic digestive arena, some of those words are used and they're slapped on a supplement with not really a whole lot of research behind if that particular supplement has the amount that's needed to create any of these claims that it's leaning towards.
Absolutely, and I feel like there's always a new supplement that's coming out on the market. So what is your best word of advice for consumers out there if they're in the vitamin store, they're browsing online, and they see a new supplement that claims all of these different things?
Yeah, so I would say just because something says it doesn't necessarily mean that it is true. So you have to kind of go into it with a little bit of a skeptical eye, which I know is frustrating. But before you buy anything that claims something, do some research to see even if the dose what that supplement has in it is actually what is going to be useful. Because sometimes things may have a particular ingredient in it that could be useful for fat loss or weight loss, but it doesn't necessarily mean that what is in there in that particular supplement is actually what is there and what is if it's at the dose. So you really have to be kind of educated with, look some things up, even if you have to go to the World Wide Web, look some things up and find out if what you're trying to accomplish is really going to be accomplished with whatever the supplement provides.
Absolutely, and I know sometimes too, a lot of these supplements, they say that they're created by doctors and dietitians. Should that be a red flag too for consumers?
I don't know if it's a red flag necessarily, but I think a lot of times things get those labels get put on to provide a credibility to the supplement. And just remember that those doctors and dietitians are out there trying to make a buck too. So just because it's on there doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to do what it's saying it's going to do. It doesn't mean it's going to be harmful necessarily, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to do what it says it's going to do, even if it's backed by a health professional.
Daphne, these were all great pieces of information. Thank you so much for joining us virtually this afternoon.
Thank you for having me. Y'all have a happy Mardi Gras.
You as well. And if you at home want to learn more about supplements, head to our website, KLAF.com.